This is for the 6th grade fairy garden, and I am going to go ahead and post this for you guys as well. I already tried one video and I failed, so here we go. I'm going to start this over and keep our fingers crossed. I got this one. It's a learning curve for me. Hopefully you guys are adjusting, and a whole new set of skills is involved in this, but you guys got it. I got it. You know, we're all learning together with this one. So I'm excited about that. I miss you guys horribly. I can't wait to be in the classroom again where I can actually kind of like help you out on your paper, maybe, you know, like I normally do. Draw a little bit and to help you out. But also, one thing that I want you to do is, those of you who have had perspective, even though I'm not really going to do that, because I want you to have fun, but I also want you to try to use your skills. And even though I'm not going to be doing the horizon line and the vanishing points, I'm still using the concepts. So I really would like you to, if you can't, if you're not, don't feel you're strong enough to just use the concepts of making that three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional surface, then please use the tools. Use the horizon line, use the vanishing points. You can do 1 or 2 point perspective for those of you who had it. For those of you who have not, that's part of why I'm doing this. I want you to really try and have some fun with it, as well as using your knowledge. So I'm going to talk my way through it as we go, and I'm going to have the video on the paper while I'm drawing, and that way you can see. You won't see me while I'm doing that. You'll see my hands drawing. But, okay, let's have some fun. So I'm going to move the camera so that we can have some fun. Now, I figured this out. There we go. Let's see here. Hopefully, I won't have as much glare. I put a counteracting light on this. I do have a ruler. You know, remember that horizon line. It doesn't have to be straight, but it is more beneficial for you guys if you do use your tools, okay, while you're learning. And that's the whole point of learning it, so that you can make your choices, you know, and go from there. So I'm going to start. And like I said, I already started this once, but I kind of want to do something kind of mushroom-like on mine, right? And mushrooms have kind of this kind of cap-like thing. And as you guys know, I like to just kind of get it sketched out. And remember to draw lightly so that when we do the color phase, and oh, that's the other thing, I'm going to be doing this in 2 phases. I'm going to do the drawing video, and then I will, as I color it, which will probably be a very lengthy video, so you'll have to take it in pieces. But, and you can always clean this up later. Little window. Alright. And my door. And I'm kind of drawing at a weird angle, guys, so please be patient with me. And I may not do everything on the video. I might get just like a sense of what's what I want for you, and then you guys can go from there. Cleaning it up and everything. I did mention a fairy garden, so you can combine the house into a garden, or you can make a house with a garden. It's up to you. Maybe, you know, I'll clean this flower up later, but maybe I want a big flower. And I want a background. Oh my goodness, yes, we have to have a background, right? So we have to, so there's that horizon line, right? And the horizon line is where our eye stops seeing. So anything that goes to that kind of fades into the background. Now there's always, there's the mountains that, this is just what's on the land that disappears. So basically, when you hit this line, anything that's in this foreground will, maybe come up a little bit back here, but it's not going to be huge. Anything that comes forward will be bigger. So if I make little trees, you can see proportionally that this is way bigger than that back there, right? But if this were very close, so this flower looks really, really close, right? Yeah. So that's size depth, right? When I color it, we'll be working with color to create depth. So then there's also, I need a fairy. Where do I put a fairy? And I think for me, I don't know. I want her to be, maybe right here. And we talked about proportion, guys, right? 7.5 to 8 heads. And I want her flying. See, I didn't like her, that position of her. So I'm erasing it. And by drawing lightly, I'm able to do that. And those are things that you're going to have happen. And like I've always said, draw lightly so you can. So now you can see that I do it. So the torso is 3 heads total. And then the legs, without the ankles and feet, are 3 heads. So, but I want her flying. So I'm being very sketchy, right? Just to try to get those proportions in place. And these are our little, so she's got 2 legs. Alright. So we're just gently kind of making sure we've got her in place, right? So maybe I want this arm back. Remember, the elbow goes to the waist. So there's the hand. What will be the forearm? Now this arm's a little farther away, so it's going to be smaller. Also, make sure your tools are readily accessible, so you're not getting up and having to do it over and over and over again. This is way easier when I can look straight at it, guys. Okay. So there's a space here that's part of that arm that you're not seeing because of the torso. So of course that's going to look shorter. Right? And again, the farther something is away from you, the smaller it is. So you don't want it too small, but you don't want it too big either. Okay, and so like I said, we're just using these shapes to get the proportions in place, okay? Now, you can make your fairy wings however you want. I think because one of my children really likes pointed wings, and I normally don't do the pointed wings, but I'm missing my kiddos. So I think I'm going to do pointed wings on this fairy. Okay. Okay. Oh, that bottom part of the wing is way too big for the upper part. Proportion again. That little critter keeps popping up. Like I said, have fun with this. You know, just let your imagination go. Where can you put flowers? Where can you put trees? What kind of garden is it? Is it a flower garden? Is it a vegetable garden? What kind of fairy is it? You know, just enjoy and have fun and just let your imagination go and you know, just take a breather from everything that's going on. Okay. So I've got my proportions for my person, for my little fairy. And I will continue to flesh that out. I think I'm going to do probably a combination of flowers and a vegetable garden. Maybe some grapevines, stuff like that. Just, you know, have a little bit of fun with it. Excuse me. But I'm going to, like, for me, I want some hills in the background. And I'll put a tree line. And I'm just going to have fun with it. In the end, this will look way different than it does right now. But hopefully this gives you a good sense. And I'm going to try and get a good shot of this. Sorry, guys. Hopefully that's a good shot. Okay. I'm going to put this back down. So it's not a very long video, but I think you guys get, you know, the sense of, you know, where I want you to go with this. You know, I certainly want to see the fairy. The 3 things that I asked for as far as content goes was a garden of some kind, a house of some kind. I would like to see it try to have some dimension, 3-dimensional quality to it. Whether you've had perspective or not, I mean, you can visually, I made the curved lines. That kind of gave it some visual 3-dimensional quality. Okay, it doesn't look flat. And then, you know, the coloring one might be a little longer. I probably won't color the whole thing for you. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up here. Okay. So guys, like I said, I am not going to totally finish this out on the video just because it's going to take too long. That's too long of a video to do. But and also, I want your creativity. I don't want you to do my thoughts. I want you to do your thoughts. And I want you to have fun. If you like flowers, do flowers. If you know, make sure you're doing those things you love. Maybe you have, I know I said put a garden in there and a house, but maybe you love sports. So make a sports fairy. Maybe your garden is, you know, some sunflowers back in the field and you make a soccer field, or You know, there's just so many things. Use your imagination, draw what you love. That's the best thing to do, because when you love it and you know it, you do it better. And so just have fun. And I miss you guys, and I will be back. Probably won't post the color video today, but this will at least get you started. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.